I started beekeeping about 2000. I'd always had an interest in bees since I was 9. One day I decided to go along to the Cowan Centre in Stirling and joined the association there. My favourite part about beekeeping is opening the hive, listening to the sound, getting the smell of the hive and locating the queen and being able to mark her. It's just majestic. That's why they're called the queen.
When I was about 10 or 11, we moved into a house that was owned by a doctor, and he kept bees in the bottom of his garden. Now obviously when he moved house, he took the bees with him, but some of the bees still kept coming back. And I thought, oh, this is amazing, why are they doing that? And also in the pantry they had in the house, there was things left from beekeeping, like there was a honeycomb and a frame, and I thought, wow, this is I've never seen one of these before. This is absolutely incredible. And then I was in the library one day in Stirling, in the Central Library, and there was a notice on the notice board saying Beekeepers Beginners Course, Dunblane and Stirling Beekeepers Association. I thought, grasp it,
I've got an observation hive in the shed. It was for taking to show the beginners the bees, but I'm using it now for bringing on a queen that I don't treat for any diseases, and it's survived for about 3 years now. You've got to keep the bees warm and fed, so I'm keeping them warm by using my electric blanket. It's kind of cold at nights in my bed, but as long as I know the bees are surviving, that's the main thing. If you just watch the bee, it's from start to finish, they are just so intelligent. Trying to keep up with them and trying to manage them to suit you. We've got to work with the bees. If you decide, oh, I won't go back to them in 7 days, I'll go back in 9 days, you could have lost them. I go for the competitions, I go for the honey. I won the Heather Prize for honey at the national show in Dundee, and so I'm just a fanatic. Just dripping. The nectar of the gods.
it's just amazing seeing the behaviour of the bees, and it's something I want to have the time to stand and watch. At the moment, I just go up, do what has to be done, and then go away again. People do go and keep bees on their own and learn from a book, and that's great, but I think there is more to be gained by working together, like the bees.
Every year the association, for the last 7 years I think, have started a course in the end of April. They get the out visits to the members' apiaries, and it's very successful. And once they get bees, they get allocated a beekeeper to mentor them, and I find it quite rewarding. With the amount of bees we have here, we may have to look for queen cells.
Right.
And what likes a queen cell?
It dangles down. It's
It's like your pinky.
Yeah, it dangles down the way from
That's
the
right,
cell.
hangs down.
Yeah.
And a queen cup is just a wider version of a worker cell. So that's what we're going to look for.
I've got a brilliant mentor called John, and he's just absolutely fantastic. He's just so into his subject that any time I phone him up, he says, I'll be right down, and he comes right down, or he comes up to see the bees, and he's just brilliant. He's helped me so much, and I wouldn't have been able to keep bees as long without him. I think I would have lost them a good while ago without him.
Diane, she doesn't like treating the bees with chemicals because her thoughts on the environment and that, but to do nothing is not an option, and she keeps losing her bees because they succumb to the virus from the varroa. But I think we've got our mind changed, so she'll treat them.
I think he's a bit sceptical about not using pesticides, but I want to keep pesticides to an absolute minimum in the hive.
Doing nothing is not an option, and if the varroa is multiplying at a terrific rate, when the hives are full of cells, sealed cells, she's going to lose her hives. If not in the summer, she'll lose them over the winter.
It was in a space of 3 weeks. I went through maybe the second visit after the coldest part of the winter, and they were still alive, but they were very sluggish, and they hadn't taken much candy. So I just put the hive back together again, and 3 weeks later I went to check them, but I saw no bees coming in and out at all, and my heart sank because I knew then what I was about to see. All the bees were gone. They were just lying on the floor dead. So it was quite very upsetting, actually.
She's actually said that she's thinking of giving up, but I've tried to convince her that it's not an option to give up. She's got to stick with it and treat the bees.
I do have a new source of bees, and I shall go up and bring the hives home, clean them out, disinfect them, check that there isn't any notifiable diseases that have to report to the authorities. And if that's okay, and then I'll just start again and be more vigilant this time, I think. Just must do better, and will do better, and just keep on top of things and get quite a bit of honey from them. But just do the best for the bees.
It's just absolutely brilliant. I'll be beekeeping until I die.